What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Dak, and thanks for joining us on another Broncos Bros Monday night. Unfortunately, my other counterpart won't be joining me. He's cheating on me with the Denver Nuggets, but rightfully so. Do you blame him? But I have one of the newest members from the Mile High Outcasts, your host, Tim Dog, joining me. It should be a fun show. We have a special guest as well from another podcast joining us. So we have a fun show planned. But anytime you get a big W versus the Chiefs, an Andy Reid-led offense, and a Steve Spagnuolo defense, it is a huge win. Probably the biggest one yet up to this point in the Bo Sean era. But first, before we get into the show, do you even Broncos, bro?
Touchdowns and tackles, our spirits are high. From the mile-high cheers, we reach for the sky. Analyze instead, every week we grind. Passions in our hearts, leave no fan behind. The heart of the game, let's make it clear. Do you even Broncos, bro? You know we here. Do you even Broncos, bro, when we hit that field? Orange and blue pride, it's our strength and our shield. Every win, every loss, we deal with the flow. Broncos bros on the mic, let the whole world know.
Let's go, Broncos! What is up, Tim Dog? Thanks for filling in for my brother George, but let's have some fun, dude. How are you feeling?
I'm doing great, man. We came off that KC win. Just to backtrack a little bit, George is not the only one's cheating because he's at the game with the other half of the Mile High Outcast. He's there with Joe. So I'm filling in for my brother George. Dak, thank you for letting me co-host with you. They're down there right now. I think tip-off is right now, as a matter of fact.
I think it just tipped off the Nuggets game. You know, they're rocking those nice uniforms.
Yes,
you know, so I'm excited, bro, for them. But you and I are gonna have a good time as well. Bro.
We got this. Man, I'm feeling great coming off that KC win. I mean, mainstream media, man, everywhere. This is
Ohio State won as well this weekend. I saw.
Ohio State won. OU beat Bama. Man,
I don't even know why you're on my show if you're Ohio State. Just no, man, I'm an Oregon Duck, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all probably know from past episodes. But let's get to the housekeeping before we bring in on our special guest. We got a lot to talk about, I'm sure. So if you guys are tuning in for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter, please switch on over to YouTube and give us a subscribe and hit that notification bell. We would gladly appreciate it. We're marching our way. I think we're like at 574 subscribers at this point. We just did our giveaway. We're trying to get to 750, and I think Johnny said we'll be having another, have another opportunity to do some kind of giveaway. So that'll be cool. After you guys do that, please tune in and check out the new, some of our shows that we have. We have some new ones as well. Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Orange and Blue Blitz with Isaiah Gentleman. Mondays at 7 p.m. The Broncos Bros. Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue with Johnny and Jay. And let's go Wednesdays at 2:30 p.m. We got Doc and JT with the Mile High Symposium. Broncos Talk on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Thursdays at 7 p.m. with your boy Tim Dog. And we got pregame, play-by-play, postgame, and every game day before, every game day after, we have the Buck Your Feelings show. So we got so many shows, you guys. Great content creators. We trying to do it big over here. We're trying to have fun with y'all. As content continues on. But anyways, after that, like the Denver Broncos did, get yourself a dub. Get yourself dubby. No sugar, no calories, no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors. please check the bio link in the description down below. And for checkout, use the code OBN10 for a 10% off order at checkout. So after we did the housekeeping and all that good stuff, why don't we bring on our special guest with us? You might know him from the Buckham podcast. He's on Twitter. He's very active on the Twitterverse. So please let me bring you to my boy. Let me get that drum roll. Let me hold on 1 second. Hold on. My boy Kinley, what's up, bro?
How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? Broncos dub, baby. Let's go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, eating the W.
I'm so glad that you were able to join us today, bro. I know you've been on the show, not recently, but prior to the Dave. But the last time you were on here, we were kind of raving about whether or not Broncos had a top 10 quarterback and Bo Nix, you know, and yesterday was a big win. So first, I mean, since you're our guest, kind of give us how you're feeling after that big W, bro.
I can't explain how I'm feeling. Like I was completely just like, it felt like the 10-year drought that we're in just got lifted off our shoulders. I know we went to the playoffs last year and everything, but just beating KC while they're fully healthy, and we weren't even healthy, it just shows how much depth we have in this team. And Bo Nix playing great football from the start of the first quarter to the end of the fourth quarter, I think just solidified that, you know, he's our guy. And like, you know, beating the Chiefs, man, it's so surreal right now because you can look all over national media today. It's not the Broncos beating the Chiefs. It's, oh, the Chiefs suck or they're bad. They're a bad football team. But they came into this fully healthy. And if the Chiefs would have won, if it was fifth, we'd all be drunk. If the Chiefs would have won, everybody would be like, the Chiefs are back. You know, they're ready to roll, playoff push. But now they're just making all these damn excuses for the Chiefs. But you know what? Broncos got the dub is all that matters. Let's go Broncos.
Let's go Broncos. Tim, talk to me about that big win, bro. What are your thoughts after that big W?
You know, as always, it's stressful to the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? You got to go 3 quarters. I don't even know why I watched the first 3 quarters. Let's be honest. Let's tune in on the fourth. No, just kidding. But, man, I will say Bo looked a lot more comfortable in that pocket. He actually didn't just look at one receiver. He looked at 2. He looked at the number 2 to see if that was open. He was looking at multiple sections. So he had, even though he had pressure, he had enough time to look at where he wanted to go next with the ball, which really helped target with his precision passing to all the open receivers. I mean, he didn't make every one of them, but it's a huge step in the right direction. And then when it came down to the final field goal, everyone had that feeling of last year. Is this going to happen? Me and George were literally on our knees with prayer hands. Please don't let this happen again. Please don't let this happen again. And we got out with the dub, and I'll take it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Real quick, I'm going to pull up some comments. Shai Vargas giving his thoughts. How about them Broncos? How about them Broncos, Shai?
What up, Shai?
We got shiped after that big win. Let me tell you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Our other boy from Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue drops in, Jay Weaver, and says, bros, I've been doing backstrokes in the tears of KC fans today. Kermit the Frog is probably crying in a corner right now. Who has it better than us?
Right on, Jay.
You're damn right, Jay. Who has it better than the Denver Broncos? And the Colorado sports in general, let's be honest. But the Denver Broncos, that's a good point, Jay, because the Denver Broncos won their 10th straight victory at home. And that's going to be pivotal if we want any chance at getting a first-round bye and making any kind of run. Home field advantage is going to be crucial, bro. Like, this Denver Broncos team is kind of mirroring the image of the Super Bowl 50 run. And I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but, like, it gives me that vibe, bro. And I'm feeling really good, bro. The Denver Broncos fans show out for themselves. They've showed out for this team, man. And it's quite home field advantage for sure, bro.
Well, yeah, you
But
got two division losses because Chargers got beat down and we beat the Chiefs. So all that does is help us in the AFC West. It's great.
of course, and if you wanted any opportunity to really like win this division, bro, and cement your that lead that you had to beat the Chiefs. I feel like this was a must win. But Kinley, kind of give me your feels about this. What are you thinking, bro, about our chances of getting that first round bye, dude? Let me pull up the playoff picture as well, dude, because it's interesting, dude. Like if you would have told me that we had an opportunity to have potentially have the best record in the NFL, dude, I would have been telling you you're crazy. So without further ado, let me look. There it is, bro. Broncos are first right now, and I'm scrolling down. Dude, the Chiefs are at 9 right now, dude, as it stands. The Ravens are fighting.
Yeah, with the Chiefs losing to the Jags and the Bills, like they're behind. Like their chances are very slim, like they don't have any tiebreakers over, the Jags or the Bills, So I'm not worried about them. F them.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed, yeah.
Simple but thorough. Simple but
Yeah,
thorough.
if you would have told me the Broncos would be in the race for the number 1 seed or be in the number 1 seed for the AFC at this time, like during the offseason, I would have been like, oh, that's hope, that's wishful thinking. Like I just want to be somewhere in the dance. That's all. But
Yeah,
the fact that this team is like, look, as you can see, like number 1, we're in full control. All we
yeah.
got to do is continue just to play our game. Defense stay dominant, offense continue to get better each game, and I don't see why we can't have a first round bye. I think the chances are very high.
We
I
really
know
do.
the Patriots have a cupcake schedule, but we can't. There's nothing we can do about that. We got to win our games. That's just simple as that.
Yeah, we just control our own destiny.
Right.
Coming out of the bye, I mean, I think Sean Payton's 10-6 in his career or whatever, something like that, along those lines. But I mean, coming out the bye, dude, we have the Washington Commanders, bro. And that game, the news came today that it wasn't going to be flexed, so we will be playing on Sunday Night Football, a primetime game. And bro, I'm excited about that, bro, because you want your team to be in the spotlight and showcase their talents, bro. And I want this defense to be seen, bro, and respected. And our quarterback. Uh-oh. What happened there? That was weird. Sorry about
definitely. I agree. I'm glad they kept it on Sunday Night Football. Washington's banged up. Go out there and handle business. Like, don't play down to their level. Just go out there and handle business. We got a week. We got to buy 2 weeks pretty much, to rest up, get back, heal. So, excuse me.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. What about you, Tim? Like, what are you thinking after this bye, dude? Like, do we have a real shot? I mean,
I absolutely. And I will say this. I've been on Sean Payton all year long. You pretty much know that, Dak, about play calling. But maybe he had a method. Maybe he had a method to his madness about not taking the bye after London, because he had a chance. They asked him if he wanted the bye after the London game. He rejected it. He wanted to start playing again, and then we won out through now that we just beat KC, and now we have our bye when we're in the later part of the season with injuries or people just tired or this or that. Like you said, we're close to 2 weeks getting. Catch our breath, get our legs back under us, start getting back into it like as a fresher team again. So I think it was good of him of not taking that bye off of the London week, and now we can get more rest now when it matters the most.
We need it. We definitely need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Big W, and we got another comment in. David Pausma, thank you for checking us out, watching the show. He says, I was at the game, and the crowd was the loudest I've ever heard it. Our fans definitely played a role in this. Yeah, man, I agree.
Best fans in sports.
Broncos country is legit, bro. Like, we show out for this team. We never disappoint. You know what I mean? And I think it was Corey Rourke or somebody in the press box had something on Twitter, and he was showing the glass of water or whatever it was, just rumbling, dude. And I'm like, oh my God. You can hear it on the TV on the broadcast as well, dude. But I mean, dang. So now that we're to touch on the game, bro, I would like to give some flowers, but let me just get into that segment right off the bat because we got plenty of flowers to give out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Give Them Their Flowers segment, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that are tuning in for the first time, we're each going to go around the circle. There's 3 of us. We're going to go around the horn and give one player their flowers. Kenley, why don't you start us off? Who are you giving their flowers to in this big win over the Kansas City Chiefs?
I mean, I think the obvious, I was hard on him at the beginning. I thought Jade could take his spot, but I'm going to give the flowers to Jaquan McMillan. I mean, you just have to. The way he balled out, the way he's been consistent, especially when getting sacks. Like him coming off the edge is almost a guaranteed sack every time. Yeah, so that's who I'm giving my flowers to. I mean, he's going to get the bag this offseason. Sucks, but he deserves it.
Slot position is a premium. I think that's something that, yeah, you're right. He will get the bag, dude. What about you, Tim Tug? Who gets the flowers? Who gets the bouquet in this one?
Once again, it's going to go a little bit obvious. I'm going to give it to Bo. And the reason why it's not only wide receivers amount that he targeted is because at the end of the game, you cannot leave time on that clock for Patrick Mahomes to come back. We've seen Patrick Mahomes do it with 30 seconds left and 0 timeouts. Crazy. So not only to pick up those big third downs and make an accurate throw, but to stay in bounds, making them burn their timeouts, hitting it where it matters, and most importantly, the clock management. So you guys will not get another chance, and then trust in Lutz to finish that game off. So I'm going to give it to Bo.
Man, I really like that selection. That's a good one, man. Man, the time of possession you talk about, dude, it was pretty freaking close. If looking at it, I want to say the Chiefs had 30 minutes, 31 seconds. We had 29 minutes, 29 seconds, dude. That is close. But our offense showed out despite not really getting the run going. I think that's just kind of one of those games, bro. Like I feel like you just take it on the chin because the Chiefs either weren't really able to get anything going. And this is where you rely on your quarterback to lead you to victory, bro. And Bo Nix outplayed Patrick Mahomes, who the NFL media, everybody just loves, right, in this league. He's the golden child, while Bo Nix is the stepchild.
Love is an understatement. You already know what I want to say, but I'm on your pod, so I can't say it.
But it's like I'm glad because he showed out, dude, and he's outplayed Mahomes and head to head. Yes, he's 1-1 overall record, right? But both matchups, Bo Nix has outplayed Mahomes, bro, in both matchups when the Chiefs have had their full they've been at full strength or what have you. And bro, like he had 37 passing attempts, bro, but he spread the ball out to 9 different receivers, bro. And that's something that I was hoping to see going into this matchup, especially being injured, being without J.K. Dobbins. I felt like if we were going to have any real opportunity of getting this W, that was one way that we can accomplish what we wanted and get this W, bro. So, man, I got to commend Bo Nix. But my flowers, I think, for this game has to be Vance Joseph, bro. To be able to go head-to-head against Andy Reid, who is the cream of the crop in coaches, probably is the best coach in the NFL, dude. Like right now, you know what I mean? Has the accolades, is an offensive genius, but Vance Joseph showed that he's a genius himself. And you have to outcoach the other guy across from you, right, to get a win. And Vance Joseph did just that, bro. So holding this Chiefs team to 19 points and not really letting Rashee Rice go off. And I think the Broncos Travis Kelce got his, but it wasn't like anything wasn't really giving up any big, anything crazy. But the one biggest throw probably that was kind of like just a prayer for me, bro, was Tyquan Thornton got that 61-yard reception over Jaquan McMillan. This game is a game of inches. It was just a good throw, I guess, right on the money. Nothing you could do about that. So that's how I feel, dude. I just feel like Vance Joseph deserves his flowers in this game, dude. Big time. So with that being said, like I kind of want to ask you guys, there's of course there's the Titans position available. There's the Giants that just became available. Do the Denver Broncos find a way to keep Vance Joseph, or do you see him leaving this Denver Broncos team and getting a head coaching gig, which he really deserves, bro? I mean, his second go around with us, he's really showed out at the defensive coordinator position. I believe in second chances, bro. Talk to
I
me,
mean,
Kingman.
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to keep him unless you know offer him a whole bunch of money. But I mean, I feel like Vance wants another shot at a head coaching job. He didn't really get a fair shot with us. Let's be honest, he was handcuffed by the front office a lot, and he didn't have a quarterback. So I think he's going to want a second go around at that. So I feel like if the Giants come calling, if the Titans come calling, I have a feeling he'll get it. I think he'll go after it, and we'll take those two third round picks. But it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Like I would love Vance to stay, but like you said, he deserves it. He deserves that shot again at being a head coach to where he can do things his way and what he wants and not be shackled. So
I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit there. And the reason I say that is because no matter where he goes, it's a rebuild. You got the Broncos going on stride right now. He's the number one defensive coordinator in the league. He does things his way in Denver. All his guys respect him. If we can find the money to pay him, why miss out on a possible 2 or 3 Super Bowls over 5 years, or and one even, or whatever? Just being a contender every year, because no matter where he's going to go, he's not going to have personnel. He's going to have to find players. He's going to have to there's a lot that goes into it. Just because you're earned a head coach doesn't mean you're stepping right in and taking that job over and having a great team. So I don't think he wants to deal with all that from a rebuild. I think that he's put so much into this Bronco defense. I think he's going to stay as a defensive coordinator and, pay me, of course, but I think Vance Joseph will figure out a way that he'll stay here because I believe he truly wants to.
that's fair. That's fair to say. Definitely, like it's hard to argue against that. But I mean, he's voiced out that he wants to be a head coach. He wants another shot at it. So now again, you go to Tennessee, you got Cam Ward. You don't have to really worry about a quarterback. You have your quarterback for the future, maybe, possibly. You go to Giants, you got Jackson Dart if you can stay healthy. I mean, I feel like the Giants are just they're just not a good coach team. I feel like they need that dominant coach in there to get them right, because I don't necessarily think their overall team is entirely bad. They've lost a lot of close games this year. So him going to the Giants, I don't see that as much of a rebuild. I just think they need some discipline and they need some type of order in there to get them on the right track. So, I mean, Tennessee, that'd be more of a rebuild. You could definitely say,
Tennessee would be a place that I'm definitely avoiding.
Right.
I would say the Giants are a good fit. I think he has a past relationship with the general manager over there as well. But that front seven has some good pieces already in it, and Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. We can go down the list of names that defense has. So he doesn't really have to completely rebuild that defense, right? And you have a quarterback in place who has shown some flashes of being something in this league, right? I mean, he's been productive despite the injury concerns. You couple him with an offensive coordinator, maybe he has some connections, that you look at, and has also had head coaching experience, right? Because sometimes it's nice to have that, and that way you don't have to worry about that side of the ball. Have someone that has the knowledge of controlling that side.
Well, that's how it would have to be, because I mean, Vance Joseph, great defensive coordinator, he can't be calling plays. And I know everyone says he had an unfair shot here, but when you get your shot, you take it. I don't believe, if he is going to be a head coach, he's going to have to find an offensive coordinator that he totally trusts to do this with him and do that. I mean, unless arrogance gets in the way, which hopefully it wouldn't for him, because I would wish him the best. But it's not just a rebuild through players. You got to go out and find an offensive coordinator. a defensive coordinator according to your schemes, how you want it done. I mean, there's just a lot that goes into it. And are you ready to go through? Because it's not always going to happen that first year, right? It's never going to happen, in that first year. So that's where I'm thinking that he'll still be the defensive coordinator in Denver. Maybe him and Sean, could have a drink together and work some shit out,
Blank check. If I'm the ownership, I'm doing a blank check and saying, how much do you want, bro, to be here for the foreseeable future, bro? Because I would like to see them keep that continuity, honestly. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. In the meantime, let's embrace the success that we're having on the defensive side of the ball and hopefully get a ring to this year, man. If you could really fuck around and get a Super Bowl in Bo's second year of the NFL with the defense, kind of being the identity of this team for the most part, right? Like kind of like that Super Bowl 50 thing. Why not? You take it, man. You take it. So like I'm kind of concerned when it comes to the running back position. I mean, I didn't really like to. I mean, there were some good flashes of what we saw. We were stuck with the run in the fourth quarter, especially. Like that was important, right? But we didn't break off too many big runs. But do you think we add a running back? And if so, who's a name that comes to mind, Kinley?
Man, who's a name that comes to mind? I don't know. What's out there? I think you have to add a running back, but I mean, what's out there? I mean, do you add a Ernest Johnson, a Foreman? Do you call Latavius Murray and see if he got some run left in him? Like, I don't know what's out there, to be honest. I mean,
I know Zach Moss is available. Zach Moss is available on the market. I think Gus Edwards is another name. Zach Moss, though, has shown that he's had success in this league, right? He doesn't have to come in and be like the starter, but you need a bigger body kind of guy that you can rely on to get the short yardage kind of stuff, right? And that way you're not banging up RJ Harvey through the tackles or what have you and keeping him fresh and having him available in the passing game and, utilizing his speed and space type of thing.
I will say I thought RJ got better as the game went along and he got more of those touches. I thought he started finding himself a little rhythm towards that. At first it didn't look too well, but then he started getting a little 3-4 yards a pop, so he kind of helped his average out a little more. The first couple of carries were bad, but as the game went on and he got more of those opportunities, I felt like he did a little better.
It's not so much like an indictment on RJ Harvey whatsoever, like why I bring in somebody. It's kind of like, yes, I like what Jaleel McLaughlin did, but his body type too as well is kind of like has me scratching my head, like in holding my like I get it. He did a good job. Like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I like what he did in the game, but I want another bigger body back, to kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
And let's not forget about Harvey too. I mean, Kansas City was coming for blood, man. They were playing that line very, very well. So I'm not going to take anything away from our running backs during this week. We found a way to get through it, and it wasn't. I'm not going to say it wasn't pretty because we made some nice plays, but it was a hard way to win. But they figured it out because Harvey wasn't able to hit a hole and go for a 40-yard run that every Bronco fan, right? That big play that Harvey always does. And he stood in there, man, and he took some hits. And he got right back up. And, I will give Harvey some props. I will, to each of our running backs in there, it's not a total science of what Sean Payton's asking any of the running backs. We're all kind of, like you said, scratching our heads to be like, how's he going to run this back? How's he going to involve this? But the thing is that we weren't reliant on it. And when we knew what we had to do to win the game, we started getting more receivers involved, which shows our wide receiver. I know we're on the running back subject, but I don't think we would have been able to target that many receivers if the KC defense wasn't thinking a little bit about Harvey. Man, we can't let this dude break away. We can't let this dude break away. So it kind of opened up some stuff for us. So even though he didn't get all the big yardage, he helped out. And I want people to notice that.
And I kind of felt like Kansas City's game plan a little bit was let's stop the run game and let's force Bo Nix, who has shown struggles the last few games, to beat us with his arm. And you know what, bro? Bo Nix did just that. You know what I mean?
They came a knocking.
Say that again. Sorry.
I said they came a knocking. So yeah, we answered it.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So, man, I'm excited that we got this big win.
Okay.
But through 11 games, I think something that I want to ask you guys is, what is your biggest takeaway from this Broncos team? Kinley.
Bo Nix is our franchise guy. There's no doubt about it.
I thought you said go, Bo, go.
And what makes you think that he's our guy, Kinley?
I mean, he's shown it. You know, yeah, he's had a couple of bad games, but he's also shown that he can sit in the pocket, he can step up in the pocket, he can settle his feet, he can make all the throws. You know, he can operate in the offense. I think what people don't look at Bo a lot, like he's mastered, you know, protection, shifting protection, understanding, and switching the play up and all that. I really think he's mastered that. And I mean, Chris Jones even said it. He was like, Bo knew what we were doing on 3rd and 15. Like, he knew what we were doing. When you have a Hall of Fame player sit there and tell national media that the quarterback in year 2 knew what we were running in a critical game in the 4th quarter on 3rd down, he's not your guy.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
Just like I said this last week on our pod, like, you know, whenever you know you've been in a playoff drought for 10 years and you're in that darkness and this rookie comes along, and yeah, he had help from the defense, but he also showed his ass off too. You know, how many times have we had a dominant defense and no quarterback, and look where it's gotten us? I think people fail to realize that. So this quarterback comes along, and with a good defense, look what happens. We went to the playoffs, 2nd year. Look, we have a good defense. Look what happened. We're 9-2. So they need all the Bo haters. Jump off the train, please. Go. I don't even want you here anymore, because y'all be switching sides like you change your draws. Okay.
Especially the national media is known for that. But to piggyback real quick, I'm going to give my biggest takeaway. Sorry to jump over you, Tim Dog, but I'm just going to piggyback of what you're saying, bro. Like, one thing to point out is Peyton Manning and John Elway. I mean, because they're, you know, the quarterbacks, they have a legacy, they're legends. But in their 2nd season, they learned how to win and be clutch, right? Like, and this is what Bo Nix is doing in his 2nd season. The rest is going to come along as he goes along and gets more experience. The mechanics is going to come along. The processing is going to come along. The way he navigates in the pocket, you know, everything. That's all going to come into fruition with time. But the main thing right now is he knows how to win. And I don't know about y'all, but I want my quarterback to know how to win in close games and grind out a win, bro. I don't want to be just having these flashy ass style points, blowing out teams. But then when you get in the postseason and you're like, shit, man, how do I win? Like, because I've coasted all the damn season at the quarterback position. I've just been coasting. How do you win? Like, Bo Nix is doing that part. The rest is gonna come along, man. So, and right now in his career, dude, he's 19-9 and 18-9, excuse me, in his career as a quarterback.
I'll take it.
So my takeaway is gonna go to the wide receiver core.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we've saw 3 quarters out of each game. No receptions for certain receivers, overthrowing balls, this and that. So the reason my takeaway is this is because they never stop running their routes. They never stop blocking. They know if Bo Nix isn't having the greatest game through 3 quarters, they're still running their routes. They're still blocking. They're getting open and say, hey, we're still here with you. You're going to figure this out. We're here so you can figure it out. They're still doing the whole 4 quarters, even though they're not getting targeted or over targeted in some cases, or whatever, where it is. You look at that wide receiver core, every one of them plays to the end. And that's what makes Bo comfortable in the 4th quarter, is knowing that his team doesn't give up. I mean, it's easy to say Bo, and I don't disagree with any of you, but Bo is our franchise. Agreed. But you want to go on a 4th quarter huddle and look at your receivers and be like, dude, come on, bro. You haven't even targeted me this game yet. Like, I'm giving up, or, you know, I don't want to block no more because this is garbage. No, man, those receivers are holding it down without all the statistics, without all the touchdowns, without all of this. So where I would go, my biggest take is this wide receiver core is such an important factor in the Broncos offense, because you still got to figure out a way to cover them. They're still doing what they need to do through 4 quarters, and they still got their quarterbacks back, because it's not always the quarterback that has the team's back. Your team has to come help your quarterback. So my takeaway would be the wide receiver core.
I like it. I like that. And real quick, I got a few more comments before we jump into other things. Shai Vargas had came in and said, "I'm going to give my flowers to Will
Oh,
Lutz. Will Lutz has been big time. Like you can count on him in big moments to make
big
those big
nuts,
kicks.
nuts.
Big nuts, Lutz. Yeah, like man, I don't know where we'd be. You know, you look at the game last year against the Kansas City Chiefs. You learn from that mistake. You keep the ball. You don't move it off the hash, you know, or whatever. You keep it right center, kick that thing through, and we won the game, man. You learn from your mistakes. Shout out to Sean Payton in that special teams. You know what I mean? Because man, he's made some big kicks this year for us.
Yep.
We're 7-2 in one score games, dude. Part of that's because of Will Lutz. So yeah, that's a good one. We got the money to pay Vance Joseph. We got the money to pay Vance Joseph, Shai Vargas. Yeah, I mean it's not off the salary cap. So I mean that's why I say it's you got the richest owners in the NFL.
It's all up to Vance.
It's all
That's what it comes down to.
that's right. If they're the Broncos by any means wouldn't hold them back from getting any kind of what do you call it, promotion, right? I mean, so yeah, dude. I mean, I would love to pay Vance Joseph, show him the money, or if he likes a better situation, why not? So yeah, that's fair, Shy.
Real quick, I'm getting pictures with Joe and George over at the Nuggets game. They're having a blast. They got great seats, so have fun.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, lucky them, lucky them. But dude, no, that was good. So another thing I wanted to kind of ask is like, so after after the bye, what is something that you guys would like to see improve? Like, what do you want to see coming out of the bye, Kinley?
Well, for one, after that game, our run game, that has to improve. You have to. I know Bo showed that, yeah, you could put the game on his shoulders and he could throw it 35 plus times in a game, but I mean, it's not sustainable going forward, especially into the playoffs and everything. You need a run game. You have to have some kind of run game. So I would say that, that needs to improve, whether it's RJ Harvey, whether we find somebody, else that can, but that needs to improve.
Okay. What about you, Tim?
I think I agree with that. Definitely got to get this run game so we can, play off the play action, open up receivers, even though they are open. I mean, I can go say a couple biggest things. I guess, my biggest one would be is find your receivers that are open, get Ingram more involved. Don't target Franklin so much. You got to get Sutton. You got to get Sutton in this to do his number one wide receiver job, man. I know we've targeted, last week looked good, multiple receivers with catches, but you got to look at who's been there and knows this, because now you're coming in to like the later season, and you can't just pass to the same guy. You can't run the same run plays. We got through KC, but it doesn't mean the rest of our season is going to be over. So what I would like to see is actual passing routes to hit, you know what I mean, and find your receivers open through the middle or either downfield.
Man, I gotta give it to Sean though. His passing concepts, he was in his bag this game. The Chiefs defense. I mean, they were playing scout coverage on Cortland Sutton for quite a bit of this game.
Yep.
But like down the stretch, you were able to come down and go to Cortland Sutton, was reliable in crucial moments of this game. You look at that. I think it was like 3rd and 15. And the play breaks down, but Bo's on the run, right? And he goes. Looks like he's gonna go in, and then he goes back out. Bo hits him, dude, for what 20 some yards. Yeah, so that was a big time throw, dude.
That play took like 10 seconds to get the ball off. He was running around, but that meaning what I was saying about the receivers not getting up. Sutton would have been open if he wasn't running with Bo. You know what I mean? He's like, Bo, I'm here. I got you. Throw that ball.
Yeah. I like it speaks volumes to their chemistry that they have too, because they do have that understanding, and that's important as a quarterback.
More than
yeah. Pat Bryant though, dude, was also a reliable wide receiver, bro. Like, I think he's been really impactful these last few games, especially like
more targets. I want to see
more targets. I would like to see the Broncos feed him more.
Yeah.
Like, is he shown that you could go to him on third downs as well? Man, in this game, he had 5 receptions for 82 yards, dude. And he was targeted 6 times. So feed the man, dude, because he is I call him Mr. Chains because he's moving the chains. He's so reliable, dude.
Yeah.
And he's not just being effective in the passing game, in the running game, dude. Like, I would like to see this man see more of the field for sure, dude. So what is like we're talking wide receivers. What does Troy Franklin need to do to like be able to be more consistent, bro? Like what's the drop off with him? I say drop off because he's dropping the football.
Awareness.
But
knowing where the ball is when it's thrown in the air. Like,
awareness and concentration.
Have you ever seen him on that deep route? He'll go double take it. Like,
he's having trouble tracking the football.
Tracking, awareness, tracking,
and then so when he does that, you take 2-3 steps off your route, and then the ball's overthrown. I mean, I'm not saying that Bo hasn't overthrown many balls this year, but some of that reason is because Franklin can't track that ball down. If he takes it in stride, that's a catch or a touchdown.
Yeah,
I'll also say this about Franklin. I've noticed when he's running the go ball, he kind of slows down as he realizes that it's not. I don't know where this ball is, or I don't know if it even got thrown to me. I noticed that twice yesterday in the game that he's at the top of his go ball and he's starting to throttle down.
Exactly.
Like, why? What are we doing?
He's just not finishing his route. He's not taking his route into pursuit where the ball is gonna be compared to like, oh, is it right here? Like, no, come on,
right.
you practice this all week long. Go, just do your route.
Right.
And if Bo throws a interception on a whack ass throw, then that's on Bo. Just run your route and trust that the ball's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Bo told him about the corner route because maybe Bo even said it like when you're in the corner route at the top, like, hey, I'm throwing you the ball. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm giving you the ball. So that's telling Franklin like, hey, I'm getting this ball regardless. Let me look. So it's just a little tidbit I noticed yesterday with 2 of his go balls that he kind of slowed down at the top of it. He needs to learn how to stack though. I feel like if he can learn how to stack the DB, like, Franklin has a lot to work on, but I do feel like he can get to that point. He can get to that point because he is good.
Dude, and that one-on-one, I think was it towards the beginning of the game. I can't remember the exact moment. But like he was one-on-one on that go route, dude. And like Bo Nix liked that matchup and went to him and he came down with that football, dude. So he could be special, dude, if he puts it all together, dude. Like he could be something, probably one of the top wide receiver twos, right, in this league if he really works on his game. With another comment coming in from Eric Lash. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Go Broncos. What's up with these refs? Good point, Eric. Good point, man, because I felt like we were not only playing the Chiefs, but we were trying to beat the refs and the Chiefs yesterday, bro. And like some of those calls, man, had me head scratching. That pick 6, that Jahdae Barron, that was erased from him, dude. I was just like, what are we doing? That hurt, dude. That hurt. What do you think, bro, about that? What were some calls that you were just like, what the hell, man?
Every single one of them. I'll end my take right there. Every single one of them.
Every single one of them, huh? I felt like, bro, like, so there was not as many holding calls that should have been called. There should have been more holding calls called in this game, bro, because you literally see Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper either being tackled to the ground or held around their neck, dude. Like, because Jonathan Cooper and Bonito were eating these guys alive, dude, for breakfast, bro.
Quick shout out to Eric. That's George's stepdad. I love that you're here. He's at the game. Tell him he should tell me thank you afterwards because he's probably having a blast.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Eric, for joining us, bro. Much love. We appreciate that. Oh, we're going to get into another segment. It's called The Dark Horse. So let me pull up the schedule before we get into that. And we'll get into that. It's going to be fun. All right, this is the Dark Horse segment where we run through some matchups this coming week's games, and we give our underdog of who will pull off the upset. We got some interesting ones, actually. The Broncos are on a bye, so it's going to be a little different without our beloved Broncos playing today. But let me go through the matchups real quick, and I'll go around the horn to see which you guys will pick, which matchup you like. So I got the Bills and the Texans, Jets and the Ravens. Oh my God. Steelers, Bears, Patriots, Bengals, Giants, Lions, Vikings, Packers, Colts and the Chiefs, Seahawks, Titans, Jaguars, Cardinals, Browns, Raiders, Eagles, Cowboys, Falcons, Saints. Damn.
Don't even talk about the Falcons. Don't even talk about the Falcons.
Okay. Buccaneers, Rams, and then Monday night we got the Panthers, 49ers, Broncos, Chargers, Dolphins, and Commanders are all on bye. Let me know if you guys want me to run through those matchups, any of them that you saw. Kenley, what is there a matchup you like that you see a team that could pull off a potential upset?
I know he's got suspended, but I got the Bengals upsetting the Patriots.
I love it. I love it.
I love it, dude. I love that one. Ooh, Bengals upsetting the Patriots. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. By Kenley. The hot take. I love it. What about you, Tim? What matchup are you eyeballing, bro?
Well, you guys ain't gonna like it, I'll tell you that. But it helps the Broncos out, so that's what I'm going for. Dark horse. I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Colts. I think they're gonna be a little mad over getting their ass kicked by the Broncos. And if the Colts lose, man, you know what I mean? Like they got 3 losses, so it just sends up us better in the AFC rankings. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs over the Colts. Kinley didn't like that one at all. Did you see him? He's like, no.
No, dude. I mean, goddamn, there are rivals. But I hear what you're saying in that.
I
for
get
that,
it.
like if we have any shot, like if we want to get some more, get some more separation for this first round bye, dude, we need the Chiefs to beat the Colts, bro. Like, let's be real. I get you on that one, bro. That's a tough pill to swallow if I'm you, bro. That's like a horse. That's a horse pill you're swallowing on that one, bro.
Hey, but at any point, you're a Bronco fan to anyone that can benefit the Broncos. You know.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
We're going into playoffs soon, man.
Damn. So then I come down here and I'm looking through some matchups. Oof. Jeez, man. I'm looking, I'm eyeballing. And I think it's slim pickings. But you know what I'm gonna go with? The Texans will beat the Bills at home. I think CJ Stroud may be back for this game from concussion protocol, right? That's why he was out.
Yeah, I almost picked that one.
So I would like for him to come back and win this matchup, dude, and help out the Broncos a little more. Anybody in the AFC, you want some leeway, if the Bills happen to jump ahead of us, this game might be a big, matchup that'll help us, that'll benefit us if the Bills could lose. So give me the Texans. What'd you think of that, Finley?
I like it. I almost picked I almost picked that game. We'll see how good the Texans defense is. Josh Allen coming off a 6 touchdown game.
I know.
You didn't know that?
No. I mean, that's just crazy, dude. Like,
we'll see if that Texans defense can hold him. So it'll definitely be challenging. But dude, I like that.
The Bills, dude. Like, I was hoping Buccaneers. They started off. It was nice, but they couldn't pull through, unfortunately, bro. So, god damn it, I'm a little hurt by that, but that's all good. It is all good. Man, we got about 12 minutes, but if you want, you guys, we could run a 2-minute drill. Let's have some fun with the 2-minute drill. We're getting close, so why not? Let's do a 2-minute drill. What is up, you guys? This is the 2-minute drill segment. It's going to be that trifecta. We're each going to get 40 seconds. But today's topic, it's going to be an interesting one, I think. J.K. Dobbins, unfortunate that he suffered a season-ending injury. He was on pace to potentially hit 1,300 yards, bro. He was very productive. I think he was having his best season of his career, stacking it on top of another good season that he had last year with the Chargers. And he was top 5 running back for the year, until this injury, unfortunately. But this has me asking you guys the question as to whether or not this Denver Broncos team should extend J.K. Dobbins. Since Kinley, you are our guest, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat first. But let me add this. Hold on, every time I add it to the screen, it wants to jump out at us. But you will have 40 seconds as to whether or not this Denver Broncos organization should extend Dobbins. And let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I think they should extend him. My heart wants to say yes too. If they don't, I kind of understand because he hasn't stayed healthy for a full season. But like you said, you want that vet in the room. Now I wouldn't be surprised like they sign him to a short-term deal and then they draft a running back just for an insurance, to make sure, just in case Dobbin gets hurt again. Like, we won't be sitting here saying, who are we going to pick up in free agency? There's nobody out there. So I wouldn't be upset if they re-sign Dobbins. I could see it maybe a 2-year deal. They could possibly get out of it the second year. I don't see it long-term deal. So that's my take on that.
With some seconds to spare. I like it. Tim, you let me know when you're ready to do your thing, bro, and give your take. You just give me the thumbs up.
So if they sign him back or not, like he said, it can go either way. I think they will sign him back depending a physical upon every year, a year-to-year contract. Rightfully so because he's injury prone, but he does so much. You just don't want to let a guy like that back. And if you try to trade him, it's not going to work out in your favor because of the injury, prognoses and stuff like that. So I say bring him back, let him pass a physical a year to year, get him in there, see what he is with the practice squad, draft somebody, let him, coach him up and, see what's left out of there.
Oh, okay. So you both went with signing J.K. Dobbins back. So I want to be different this go round. And I'm going to argue as to why the Broncos shouldn't sign J.K. Dobbins. The Denver Broncos will not sign J.K. Dobbins because they invested a second-round draft pick in R.J. Harvey, and these next set of games that are ahead of us will prove as to why he will be one of the primary backs for the Denver Broncos for the future moving forward. They will not only not sign J.K. Dobbins, but they'll sign they'll draft a running back in this draft, probably mid-rounds, and probably sign another free agency, as a depth piece kind of thing. But I feel like the Denver Broncos are a little hesitant about the injury history and will not sign him. I know. I, in all honesty, I want him back. Like, let's be real here. Like, he's been a vital piece. But I mean, that's another idea. Like, that the viewers, I think everybody needs to kind of get behind too, and understand. Like, this could potentially happen. Like, the Broncos might not bring him back, right? But we'll find out. I mean, the offseason is a whole nother monster that we'll get into. Right now, we just got to worry about winning football games. And get ready for the postseason and do our thing there, bro. And the rest will fall into place, in all honesty, bro. So, this was a fun show. Thank you guys for joining me, despite George not being here. I know I want to watch some Nuggets basketball. I know, Tim, you're a little under the weather. Probably want to watch some Nuggets basketball.
Yes,
Kinley, you're a little bit ahead of us.
It's 56-51 right now, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's bedtime over here.
It's bedtime where you're at, Kinley. But I appreciate the both of you joining us tonight for this show. Any final last words, Kinley?
No, I appreciate y'all for having me on the show. I'm a little bit under the weather, as you can tell. But it was a blast. I had fun, and go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Thank you so much, Kinley. What about you, Tim Dog?
I'm glad I can stand in for George, man. Dak, it's always a pleasure. Kinley, really good to meet you, my brother. Go Nuggets right now. As of tonight, go Nuggets.
Let's go Nuggets, man. Hopefully we get another championship. Thank you, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It was a fun episode. Thank you, guys. And remember, D even Broncos, bro. Good night. Mal has.
Do believe in Broncos, bro, when we hit that field. Orange and blue pride, it's our strength and our shield. Every win, every loss, we deal with the flow. Broncos bros on the mic, let the whole world know. So tune in tight as we break it down slow. Broncos bros forever, let the whole world know.